Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, what time of day is it at your place, and welcome to another episode of live event show, Seen and Heard.
Podcast, Darko. Podcast. We
Podcast,
are
it's
official.
podcast. Okay, we are a podcast.
Hello, everyone. Please say hi in the chat. Ask whatever questions you have for our guest today, Klara Tuličić, who is going to talk about a very interesting project of hers. But before that happens, Klara, would you say a few words about yourself to our audience?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Dita. Hi, Darko. Hi to everyone who is watching. We had a fun briefing before the episode, so you might see me giggling. But I'm Klara Tuličić. I run my passion project odvorci.hr, which is like media site, news site, multimedia platform also, and I am a marketing expert, especially for social media marketing and morning. Oh, I can see the chat. Sorry, especially for social media marketing and video marketing, and I run my small marketing agency, and that's it basically. Yeah. Oops.
Oh, there we go. Good morning. Thank you for joining in the show. It's always good to see a familiar face in the chat, so we know that some good questions are coming.
Yes, some prepared good question. And just to explain to our international viewers, odvorci HR is not about HR. HR is top level domain of Croatia, so that's why it's called HR. So it is a website in Croatia, and what is it actually about?
Yeah, so maybe we can start by saying what odvorci are actually. Odvorci Odvorci is a group of small 9 villages in near Slavonski Brod, which is in a city in eastern Croatia, and they actually have very unique, let's say, setting. They are 9 villages, but at the same time they are identified as odvorci, like a group, let's say group title, let's say that way, and they have they share rural culture, they share their traditions and so on, and actually it's a unique phenomenon. So I spent there a bit more time several years ago, and I noticed that uniqueness, let's say that way, and I was thinking, like, how can we do something that can bring some transformation to the community, because as I said, those are small villages. 9 of them have less than 800 residents. So I came up with a plan to create a media site where young people who don't have, of course, gyms or some cultural things to do or creative things to do. So I decided young people in high school, in primary school, and in college can be the ones who will write the articles about odvorci, about human stories, and so on. While writing that, they will preserve stories of, let's say, dying generations. I mean, unfortunately, that is the case. But since they are so small, no one is taking care of them. No one is writing what unique, let's say, offer they have, unique stories, and so on. So we are the ones taking care of that small community through odvorci HR, odvorci HR.
Yeah, anybody who doesn't speak Croatian or related languages can try the browser translators. I think it's good enough for you to get kind of the picture.
Absolutely, yeah.
A lot of our viewers and listeners probably have their own stories about their little places and villages and can relate to the fact that these stories can very easily disappear from our memories and from all written archives.
Yeah, and and odvorci, actually, they are, as I said, 9 villages, but spread across 2 counties and 3 municipalities. So it's even harder from administrative side to, let's say, get someone to take care of them.
I'm curious about
it could be also in a different country. From what I remember, when I was there, on one occasion, you have a cellular reception from the other country. So
Oh,
yeah.
excellent, good memories. Yeah, definitely. So check your data when in odvorci and roaming. Yeah.
Okay, that's actually quite a practical tip. I was curious about the first reaction of the villagers and the kids when you had this idea. Did they think you were a bit silly, or did they have
Yeah.
an enthusiastic reaction?
Yeah, so let's start. Maybe let's do three phases. So Odvorci is co-founded by municipality of Sibin, where most of Odvorci villages are, and I actually presented my idea to the not mayor, but начальник. What's that in Croatian? Yeah, in English. So like mayor, but for villages. And he said, yeah, okay, let's go with it. And I think he really appreciated the idea, but he couldn't see like how big it could get. And then the second phase was the reporters. We call them odvorci reporters, young people who are writing. And we met for the first time in February of 2024. During February, from February to March, we had workshops. We had first written. They wrote first articles, and I think they came a bit skeptical. Like, okay, let's try. Let's see what this is all about. And I think. They also underestimated what could have what we will do. Let's say it that way. Sorry, my like grammar is kind of rusty. But the third phase is end of the April of 2024 when we launched the project, and everyone was happy. The mayor, the residents, not residents, but reporters, and of course locals. And I mean, it was interesting story to see. I think they were happy, they were very proud, but now they are much more proud because over the time people grew to love us, to trust us, and to be more involved, more interested in the stories. And of course, they want also their story or from someone who they know to be shared.
Yeah, and one thing that is really important to say, it's all made by the local reporters, by the local people who do that, are there, and for the local community. But in the end, it's heard more than locally, it's gone a bit more global.
Yeah, I mean, with this podcast, of course, it is global, but yeah, definitely. I mean, it's an interesting story. It's quite a unique story because, as I said, no one probably in Croatia has. Let's say trustworthy and respectable. Maybe that's not nice to say, but I mean, we are working on very high level. Articles are very much like high level, as you know, Darko. We had various educations, not only in journalism but also in photography, which you helped us with, and many are improvisation, which helps us conduct interviews and so on. So it's on very high standard for volunteering project. So yeah, that's. Could you please, sorry, repeat the question, Darko? Maybe I got lost a bit.
No. You just did it. Okay, I said it went globally, and
Yeah.
in the beginning, it was just imagined as a local project, but just
Yes, and
went
I mean,
further than that.
yes, absolutely. We have readings from all over the world, from United States. Sweden is big for us, of course. Germany, Ireland, everyone where people who left this Slavonski Brod area are reading from. But also lots of media are interested in the project. We were on Croatian national television this, I believe, May or April, on Srednja HR, which is leading news site for high school and students and so on the national level, and of course on local level media are very interested. They are helping us, they are happy to share our story, and we always have something new to share with them, so it's a win-win for both of us.
Yes, and thank you. That is interesting that you said it's a portal for children or young people there in school, and main team of odvorci HR or the whole portal is
Is positive stories from that area, some historic things, and of course, human stories.
Yeah, I mean the team.
The theme.
They're young, right?
The theme. Sorry, I understand the theme, like the topic. Yeah, they are very young. We have now several. We have 3 or 4 even who are in primary school. We started only with high school and students, but young people were so interested that we allowed younger. I mean, they are kids to join us, and I mean, it's fun. It's a nice dynamic. You would think maybe those are too big of an age ranges, but we work nicely now, and they are also very diverse team in the context of their high school vocational education and training, or just high school if someone is in gymnasium and so on. So it's actually interesting that most of them are in technical fields, not in creative. For example, like engineering, or I know classical gymnasium and so on. It's not like jezična, linguistics gymnasium. Okay, you, Anita, feel free to say the thing I want to say in English, but properly. So yeah, that's the thing. It's very interesting, and I mean they are also from 4 or 5 different villages, all joined in one. Let's say that way.
You're doing really great. I'm wondering, because you have a lot of marketing experience with different projects, how would you compare this work with volunteers, especially young volunteers, compared to working for a company with a huge budget? Since the results are pretty good still.
Yes, it's for me, it's much more fulfilling. Although I'm also volunteer on that project. I couldn't do that project without my marketing experience in, as you said, in big companies as a solopreneur and so on. And I feel of course, there are much less processes. Everything is going much faster than in big companies, or slower, because we have they have school, I have jobs, so we can do it very fast, but we take our time because we have other obligations. Otherwise, I feel it's much more creative also, and I or some of the reporters are doing so many things at once, and it's not like, okay, you are now account executive, you are now, for example, Darko, photographer, you are now designer, here you're everything, and you are I mean, you're going broader, but it's really fulfilling.
Sounds great for their experience as well. I bet they love the fact that you've given them this opportunity to learn.
Yes, absolutely. And they are not only reporters. For example, we launched our merch. They were the ones doing mood boards. They were the ones doing inspiration for posing. They of course know so much more about photography through Darko's education and also real life practice. They also, let's say, they also help me in my job. For example, if we need to record some content for social media, I know who I'm going to call, who has maybe some potential in that area. On the other side, during the summer, I had intern from one of the reporters who I taught video editing, and she actually helps me so much with that. For example, in this Saturday, I was very, very busy, and she was like, "Oh my God, Klara, do you need help?" And I was like, "Yeah, please come here, help me." So they are learning so much more. They are learning about media, because we also write press releases for media. We help them with that so that they don't have to dig and find out more about us. They see how real world works. Of course, as I said, we are doing merch line. I'm the one who is contacting the distributor or something like that, but they are the ones who are joined in decisions and so on. So they really see so much more what's going behind the scenes in the real world. And of course, we printed newspaper. They saw how terrible and difficult process that is, but also fulfilling when it was shipped out to people and so on.
Nice. So they get the practical education that a lot of people complain about lacking in schools, I'd say. So you have that function as well. We have
Absolutely. Yeah, I also wanted to add I think this opened their horizons because, for example, one shy girl who is absolutely amazing reporter, but she is a bit shy. She asked me, Klara, do you think there are some acting workshops for amateurs in Slavonski Brod? And I was like, yeah, I know someone who can help you with that. And now she's applying to be part of those workshops, which is something I don't think she would understand, she would perceive if she didn't have, for example, acting class for improvisation, and she didn't see like the broadness, let's say that way, that can working in creative fields bring.
That's amazing. We have another comment from Nella Kaczmarczyk. What a beautiful story this morning. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Nella.
I'll put the
With a
website
lot of
back.
hearts.
With
You
a lot
need
of
to
hearts.
read also the
yes,
hearts.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Hearts in different colors were shown on the screen.
This is like a millennial heart, and then the purple heart is Gen Z heart, or no, I don't even know. Like, the hearts, the modern hearts that I'm incapable to do, or like this, or like this.
So they educated
Okay.
you as well,
You
is what
know
you're trying to
much
say.
more than we do, actually.
Yeah.
How is it to work with such a young generation? You mentioned even newspaper, and basically a lot of people say, oh, okay, these young ones, they just want to watch TikTok and do nothing all day. And how is it to motivate them to create something this big, website and even newspaper, paper with physical output?
I mean, it's great working with them, but motivation is big, not issue, but big challenge. Let's say that way, because they will do whatever you give them, whatever you decide they have to do. So they are very much okay. Give me that, and I will do it. Very little of them are, let's say, action takers. They are very happy to do it. They want to do it. They feel fulfilled doing it, but they are not the ones who will insist on, okay, let's do this, or I mean, you get me. So you need to be constantly managing, which can be a bit difficult, especially when you are working full time on your business and so on. But otherwise, it's very working is great. Motivating takes a bit more practice.
Great to know that. So when you work with younger people, so motivation is the key, how to get them moving and get something from that there you might not even expect.
Yes, absolutely. And there are some girls who stand out. They are the ones asking questions. They are the ones very looking to help. And I know I can reach out to them. So they are also, like, let's say, one step in teaching those who maybe not be as proactive on how to approach work, how to communicate, because also me, who is 10 years or even more older than them, have a different way of communication on WhatsApp, in WhatsApp groups and so on, much more different than them. I feel like those in primary school now are not used to replying to messages, and not used to saying, okay, I can't come to this meeting. They just don't come, and that's all. So they're learning many things, and they are learning on how to be proactive. Let's say that way.
And how proactive are they actually in choosing, like you mentioned before, some main topics that you have on your website and on newspaper? How proactive are they in choosing the topics, working with them, working with other people, like interviewing? How does this work? And I must welcome everyone just to scan this QR code to have a look at the website, as there is at least one interesting photo from the start. I just stopped at this one as it's so interesting to look at. So there are many more. So how much do you influence on the topics, specific topics, and stories, and how much are they proactive in choosing it?
Sometimes they're fighting who will get one topic, so they are the ones who decide on topics. I'm there to help them, to direct them. So, for example, one boy decided he will write on, for example, one day in 1975, and I was the one who told them, like, try to make it easier on yourself. Try do the wake up. What do you do after wake up? After breakfast, they will go to work, and then at noon is lunch. And then, I mean, I'm there to direct them, to help them. Also, if they have interview in other villages, sometimes I'm the one who will drive them, who will be there with them and help them interview people. So usually with topics, they are very proactive. They are the ones, as I said, choosing it. Sometimes they don't know what they would like to do, but we do have, let's say, a database with ideas, and they can choose one from that database.
I think Darko saw an image of some food, and that made him
yeah. yeah. I mean, as you can see, that image from the food is an article that we published, I believe, 2 weeks ago. We are trying to publish it once per week, but since we are currently in the launch of a new merch, so we have a little bit of background work on that. So that's why we're a bit on pause with articles, but this weekend or already early next week, new interesting things will come about old stuff that was used before for let's say making yarns of coconuts of Edita, please
wool.
help. Wool, yeah, making wool, and let's say interesting ways they cut their hair and so on in the past. So in the 60s, 70s, those are some stuff probably young people wouldn't even know what they are about. And then fun fact, that stuff was collected. That stuff collected one young man who is now 23 years old, and he has like a mini museum in part of his house, which is also to me very interesting, because who is 23 years old and collects for 10 years? He collected those stuff for 10 years. So I mean, it's very great. I don't know many young people, especially in small villages where there's 100 residents. I mean, yeah. I hope you got me. I got a little bit sidetracked.
So he already started from the age of 13 collecting things.
Absolutely.
Others probably thought it was junk, but yeah, it's cultural heritage.
Absolutely, and that's how he collected many of those things, because he thought, actually he contacted people who wanted to get rid of stuff, and he also has a diary from 1914 about from some man who lived in the same village as he does now, and it's very interesting. We are now trying to transcribe it because it's written in those beautiful letters that are difficult to read for our generation. So to me, that is an amazing human story also.
AI might help with reading that.
Mm-hmm. You're good with reading cursives and so on.
It's his destiny.
He
can't escape it.
Okay, it seems.
I said AI, not me, not me. AI.
AI. Okay.
No. You that.
No, I cannot read even my own handwriting, so no, I'm not good for that.
Same, Darko. Same. I write something one day, and 3 days later, I'm trying to decipher it. Like, what did I want to say? So I get you.
Exactly.
There's freedom there in creativity.
Yeah, and Darko, how did you you visited Odvorci? Although we didn't show you much of Odvorci because we are all work, not so much fun there. But how did you experience it?
It is a real nice surrounding, very much nature around it, and it's a beautiful place to be and live. And what actually inspired me more. They're the young people that actually didn't want to go in a bigger place, just stay and document it, and probably also stay longer in their life there in this small surrounding, which is really great. As I said, it is completely surrounded by nature. There is not that much of a traffic, and
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. So
you reminded me that there are actually people who, or young people who don't want to leave their place where they are living, and they think it's fabulous, which is also a very nice thing because I grew up in village, and when I went to high school, I did feel like maybe a bit shame because I'm from the village. Although now I love it so much, I don't want to leave it. But yes, it's you remind me of a good thing. Yeah.
yeah, but also this project probably inspired someone to stay and see that there is still life there, and there are other people who think the same way. Not that you need to go to the some bigger place or bigger city. That it still looks and feels to live there is really great.
Absolutely, and you know what happened when we started the project, and or sometime if you googled odvorci in, let's say, early 2024, every article was people no people sorry, definitely not people, but villages are dying in groups, or dying Slavonian areas. Everything was about dying, about depression, about people dying, people leaving, and so on. And I see it as natural process, and I don't think we should get stuck on that dying part. But now, if you Google odvorci, everything is beautiful. Young people move their local community, beautiful villages in Slavonia. Here's 3 things for excursion, for one-day trips, and so on you can do there. So we really shifted the perception of people. I also think locals became much more proud of what they have. They understood the value of it, and now, as I said, we shifted the perception of people, but also, as I said, young people are very, very proud of being there.
You might have even started the tourism avalanche.
Yeah, actually, many people came for the first time in July when there was some manifestation. Not that sounds manifestation in Croatian sounds okay. Event sounds better in English. So when there was some event and people were coming for the first time, and I was in the street. Okay, where's the church? Where can we park there? And asking us for directions and so on. So it was very interesting thing to see. And although what I found maybe valuable in the beginning, I was spending more and more time in odvorci. I'm not from odvorci, but my parents are. Many of my not neighbors, but cousins. Many of my cousins
Relatives.
are relatives. Yeah, exactly. In live in odvorci. So I was spending more and more time in 2023 there, and I saw how young people valued their traditions, valued their elders, let's say that way. And I of course value my elders, but I'm completely different from them. I would never join Kud where they are doing traditional dances, and all the young people there are joining and dancing and going to traditional festivities, let's say that way. And I find that actually fascinating, and it helped me also to appreciate traditions more and so on. So maybe I lost my train of thought there. I'm not sure if I answered your question, but it's very interesting setting and how people living differently than me, and it's something I appreciate, and I can see also other side of life through them.
Have you been approached by any people from different villages or places that would like to copy the model or learn from you?
Not exactly on the news side, but some things that we are doing with videos, with photographs, and so on. I did do for as professionally as part of my marketing job. I did do for other municipalities for their events, for their celebrations, and so on. Yeah.
Okay, so the
Yeah,
idea
and
is spreading
yes,
globally.
absolutely. And then it was, I think, this weekend when we did have something like that, and engagement on posts and on content that I've done, presented through odvorci. Not through odvorci, but done as I would do on odvorci, let's say that way, has, I believe, 500% more engagement than their average, well, let's say, posts. Yeah.
Nice. We need you in our marketing department. Clara, stay after the show, please.
We do have a
Um,
marketing department. That's a new
Yeah.
one
We
for me.
will. We
Yeah,
will.
we'll call a vice president of marketing to join us. Although I do have to say, I try to match my background colors to your visual identity of seen and heard. So
You're doing the most anyone
yeah.
has ever done.
You're better than both of us at that.
Okay, I will have to step away from the microphone because sometimes I can laugh very loudly, and I hope not many of our viewers and listeners are using their earbuds or headphones.
Vishna is saying, good morning, Clara, Edita, and Darko, working in the background and listening to you three. So maybe she was one of the people jumping.
Sorry,
hope so.
Vishna. Sorry, Vishna. Thank you for being here.
We like waking people up.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes actually I was on some conference and I was very passionate and I slammed my hand and everyone jumped. So I was like, okay, Clara, chill down, don't repeat that.
You woke them up at least, so yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, there were very little breaks, so everyone was already tired and I was also very tired. So I was just like, boom.
You know the right things to do. I think that's also useful for your volunteers, isn't it? When they start getting their sugar down.
Yeah.
We talk mostly about, well, let's say it's your passion project with volunteers and with everything. But where does your experience come from? What do you actually do for a living?
Okay, I do marketing, social media marketing, and video marketing, and combining social media and video marketing. So that's what I've been doing for past almost 4 or 5 years. I'm not sure. For the past 4 years, yeah. And before that, I also did digital marketing in agencies and also traditional marketing for TV commercials way back in 2018. So I worked in corporations, I worked in smaller agencies, and now I'm living my dream of working by myself with many wonderful people who are here to help me, from designers, from photographers like yourself, Darko, and so on. So I have clients in various industries, from musicians to now wonderful Green ACVT Methodism, which is a beautiful project that helps autistic people in vocational education and training. And I'm hosting their podcast also. So as I said, various clients. I would have to also think what I've done, because so many beautiful projects changed over the years.
And if people want you on their team or want to learn a thing or two about how to start these projects, where can they find you?
They can find me on LinkedIn if they want to see. I'm not sure if I can say the word shit posting on Instagram, better not, but on LinkedIn, and they can also do tenkai.hr, Tenkai, Tenkai. So you can find my contact there and just call me. I mean, yeah, I'm
and
simple.
You can scan
I'm simple
this
as
QR
that.
code directly to get there to tenkai.hr.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm very simple. I usually don't have so much capacity to work with 10 clients at once. So I'm usually just call me and we will figure something out.
Good. It's good that your volunteers are teaching you a bit of delegating as well then. So you don't have to handle as much on your own.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I do have, as I said, wonderful people who also do websites, SEO, as I said, design, video, filming videos, and so on. So it's not like I'm doing everything by myself, but I am here by myself in my office, and I'm the one, let's say, structuring how I work and my days and so on. And it works much better than, for example, with people. I have feeling like working with people slows things down, and let's say relationships interfere with work, not romantic relationships, but simple person-to-person relationships. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's very optimistic, but it's the truth how I feel.
And that is great. I see. Probably designers are already attracted by this. So my UX from YouTube, I probably is a designer. Says good morning, and we have a comment from Samuel that is longer, so I'll need to read it. Samuel said, "Loud laughter is very liberating. I call it the 'I didn't see you, but I heard you' situation at parties and events." Does this happen to you?
Yes. Actually, many people come to me. Oh, you're that girl. You're that girl. So it
I
does
don't know how you
happen.
look like, but I heard the laughter, and I know it's you.
Okay. I sorry. I'll have to put my glasses on and see loud letters where I call it. I didn't see when I heard the situation at part. Okay, I get it now. Much better, much clearer with glasses. Okay, so yeah, it does happen. Also, my clients, they see me somewhere and they are the ones stopping me and say, "Hey, Klara," and I didn't even see them. So it can come as rude sometimes, but I really didn't see them. And they are, I'm often in media, not because I want to, but simply because I'm the one presenting the project. And of course, you're going for the person with most information who is most relevant. So as I'm, let's say, most relevant for the project, people do see me everywhere, and they do stop me and say, "Oh, you're that girl," and I'm like, "Yeah, oh, I went to high school with your mother," and I'm like, "Yeah, great, I remember," or something like that. So yeah, it is interesting phenomena. And we also got now called for other media, and then I bring some of the reporters with me. We try to switch things up, so it's not always the same person with me, and so on. Yeah.
So they see you and they hear you.
Yeah,
Is
they definitely
the
hear
point.
me. They definitely hear me. I'm quite loud person, so yeah.
But that's great because you can easily make other projects and people and companies feel and be seen and heard, which is what we really appreciate here.
Yeah, if they want to go with my shenanigans, I can do that. Yeah. Sometimes people try to be a bit too serious, so it takes more investment in being too serious. So yeah.
For sure. How do you approach different projects then? Because you have so much experience now. How do you know that a project is for you and that it's going to be something that you can really bring to a certain level?
It usually depends on people who are reaching out or who I'm speaking with. Because if I see maybe some sort of disconnect in what, especially if they are saying they want something, but then they don't, their actions don't follow up with what they want, that is a sign that I might not enjoy that project. It doesn't mean I wouldn't struggle in doing it and do well, but it's not something I want to maybe participate in. And also, this is my experience. So if I'm subcontractor and there are like 5 people there, it needs to be 5 people on the meeting, although I need to speak with only one person who will bring the decision and who will say, yeah, that's great, without necessarily needing to have other 4 people or something like that. That is also a sign that I won't enjoy that process, that long, let's say, briefings and so on. Yeah.
Okay, so you like things practical and people knowing exactly what they want.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be they know exactly what they want, because especially if you're starting something, it takes time to get to know yourself, to get to know your brand you want to form, to get to know your processes, and to find yourself, especially with content on social media. Nothing is like, let's say we will do this and we will do it for 5 years. It's not like that. We will do this and let's iterate in the meantime. But the thing is, as I said, if they know what they want, but they don't take steps towards that, let's say, wishes, they are doing it a bit completely different. So, for example, if you want to let's try to come up with idea that doesn't involve my client, but to make it maybe metaphorical.
Start
Let's
a Seen and Heard podcast.
Yeah, they want to start a Seen and Heard podcast, but they want it to be, let's say, diary of a CEO quality, but they're not investing in their equipment, they're not investing in their hosting knowledge, in their hosting skills, and so on. It's not some. They do want something, but they don't maybe want to work for that, let's say that way. So that's maybe not a great fit for me.
But if they wake up every Thursday morning, they
At
might have a chance with you.
8:30. Yeah, it's 8:30 exactly, and join Seen and Heard podcast on LinkedIn, YouTube. They might have a chance, but with screenshots, of course.
Okay, good to know.
And scanning all the QR codes and everything.
Yeah, subscribe, like, share, follow, leave a comment, and do any other CTA there is.
And we can already hear that you're no newbie to podcasts. So what is the story with podcasts and you?
That story starts, I guess, in 2015, 2016. It was always...
So it's ages ago when podcasts were started.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in Croatia.
When it was not even popular to have a podcast.
Yeah, definitely not popular, and probably in Croatia back then, almost no one knew about podcasts. And that was a big dream of mine, but I was always maybe a bit shy, not shy, but I wanted everything to be perfect. That's the pain point of perfectionist. Nothing can be perfect. And now I'm in rehab from perfectionism. So it's, my life is much easier now. But back then...
I've heard that there needed to be another camera for this podcast, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I couldn't find nowhere cam link,
but at least we have some camera and it's working.
Yeah, you have a bit not as nice version of a camera. I do have quite a lot of them, but not all of them work with live streaming. So that's the issue. It's not the issue with camera, but with that cam link that I need to have to live stream. And it took me probably like 6 or 7 years to prepare everything, to get the technical knowledge of equipment, especially audio equipment, to get the feeling I can do that, I can be in front of the camera. And I mean, it's completely practice. If you watch my first podcast, you will see I was just like wood, like you had a wood panel here and who knows sometimes, and that's it. Now I feel much more comfortable. I don't feel frightened of seeing cameras and so on, let's say that way. So basically that was a big dream of mine. It took me many years to prepare, and in 2022 I believe I launched my first podcast, which is called Broadcast, Brod, as Slavonski Brod, the city where it was stationed in. And I brought many inspiring stories from locals who maybe don't get the media attention or any attention at all, because simply they are doing their thing, let's say that way, and they are not sharing it in public. So this was a way to get those inspiring stories out there, and it worked very well. But I got some money from European Union for the equipment for the podcast. For example, this microphone is the part of that equipment, and otherwise, it was a volunteering project for me. I did have some help, Krešimir Beco, Tin, who you met, Darko. All of them are the ones who helped me a lot. But at the same time, I was the one producing, let's say, filming podcasts, editing it, marketing, doing the marketing for all of that, and it takes so much time, so much energy that the passion for podcasting died down after, I guess, a year. And now I do podcasting, but for my clients, not for myself. Maybe sometimes in the future, but then I will have someone who will edit the podcast. I will have someone who will contact maybe guests and so on. I will be Edita and someone who will be Edita and contact and do the links and do everything that's necessary. So that's my short but long podcasting story.
Yeah, and okay, at the moment you might not be interested anymore in creating podcasts, but like I said, one thing that stands out is it was a personal project in a way. It was volunteering, but it led much of what you do now, and you have much more knowledge and experience from these experiences. Even odvorci HR is a kind of experience that helps you much in your business.
Absolutely. I mean, I did so much. I would say I'm a generalist or a T-shaped marketer, let's say that way. So I know many things about marketing, but I decided I can't do T-shaped. So, for example, you are I-shaped if you know the depth. For example, photography, you know all about photography. If you are like this horizontal shaped marketer or person in general, you know a bit about SEO, a bit about websites, a bit about I know UX design, a bit about social media marketing. So you know a bit about everything. And I would say I know a bit about everything, but I decided to specialize in social media and video marketing. So that's that T-shape. This is social media and video marketing, and this is everything else, let's say that way.
Thank
so yeah, that is something that that is something that kind of works well for me, because, for example, when I was in companies, I could do the work, but when I didn't have anything to do, my mind wandered on my personal projects, what I can do, what I can do to bring value to people, or what can I do to develop my skills and so on. So broadcast and odvorci are projects like that where I develop definitely my skills. For example, with odvorci, I edited and published newspaper for the first time. As I said, it was a nightmare process, but very rewarding after publishing. It was for the first time I developed merch. The first time I used Procreate. I mean, first time I led 10, 11 young people into developing themselves as a person and finding their interests. So this is definitely something that there are many things I did for the first time, and I do apply those things in my job.
Have any of these young kids gone into careers related to marketing already?
No, because we started last year, but there is a girl who is interested either in journalism or public relations. The girl also that was intern here for video editing. I'm hoping in 2 years I can employ her, because as she said, she doesn't have so much aspirations for going to college. So I think I will try to get her to work with me. So they will be someone definitely who is either in journalism side or on marketing side.
Nice. We have concrete results all around the board. How do you balance it all? Because a lot of people like the story, the vision, right? But where's the
difficult
time and the energy?
Yeah, it's very difficult. I usually either do completely odvorci or I do completely clients' projects. For example, last week I was all in my job. I didn't have the time to edit the articles they wrote and so on. And now I also don't have the time, so I'll do it in the weekend days and so on. So it's definitely a difficult act of balancing. I can't do, for example, 8 hours of work today and now after that I will do 2 hours on odvorci. No, because odvorci, if we are working on articles, it takes more than 2 hours. So sometimes I do sacrifice a bit of work for odvorci, and vice versa. I see what's the most important and urgent.
But you know, you will learn from all of it.
Yes, and also it's very difficult to balance when us as a group, because they have their also own lives. They go to different schools, they have different shifts in schools, and so on. So when we are meeting, it's sometimes an act of, or it's a miracle when we are all together at the same time at the same place. So it gets difficult balancing everything, but I feel like it's something I found it as something completely normal, not as something I don't know, that we need to be dramatic about in our group, because it's simply the way things work.
It's the way it is. So even virtual meetings are a possibility or whatever. And I'm inviting our viewers to have questions. They just said hello all the time, so I'm sure they have questions. I have questions about something that you mentioned as funding those personal projects that become much more than personal and involve the whole community and sponsorship and how it all works. But let's hear more about those questions that our viewers have, because I think that this could be a whole episode about sponsorships and funding it. But it's an interesting thing to see, and that you probably don't need to invest all your you're investing your time at least, and other investments can be from other sources actually.
Yeah, I mean, Broadcast was founded by European Solidarity Forces, which is a program for young people younger than 29 who get one time, or who get a set amount of money to buy what they need. And it's actually the easiest thing for young people on how, not easiest, I mean, you have to apply, you have to write a project, but it's easiest, for example, it's in administrative, let's say, on the administrative side of it, is very much one of the easiest European projects. I mean, we all know how European projects get so busy with paperwork and so on, and this is not the case. So for young people, that would be the suggestion. Also, reach out to other people. As I said, if I didn't reach out to the mayor of that municipality, then maybe I wouldn't get the confirmation that that is a good idea, that we should go with it. And then we applied for municipality funds. We got them for education and for video production, and that's how it all started. And now we got it for also second year for 2025, and if we want to continue, of course, 2026 and so on. Yeah, but
Yeah.
otherwise, as you said, sponsorships and so on, we could go for sponsorships, but I don't feel I have the time to do also that outreach and so on, because, as I said,
We'll
it's
not get
outreach.
that deep.
Yeah.
But what I can see from what you're talking about, there are quite a lot of possibilities, but you need to just be open to see where they are. Are they perhaps from, at least for us in European Union and local funding? You just need to actually see how you can get this project that you have on your mind, on your legs, on that their legs or project legs, and there is actually some funds already available. You just need to put some effort in getting them.
Yes, absolutely. And if that's not the case, as I said, we did some merch and we did sell the merch, and some things, the money that's left, we used it for development of our personal development. For example, reporters. I mean, the basic thing, they get more snacks on our meetings. I mean, so we do use also that, but we do have story behind the merch, or behind, we connect it, we make it meaningful. So that's why people want to buy it, although there's like less than 850 residents of that.
Yeah. Is there? Can you order the cake from the front
You said
page of
snacks.
odvorci.hr?
Now we're
Yeah,
gone.
snacks and food, because I would order that.
I can connect you to someone, probably. Probably you can
connect to someone who will connect me someone, and
yeah,
okay.
we can check. We can
We'll
check.
work something
Unfortunately,
out. Okay.
yeah, I mean, odvorci have wonderful people, very hardworking people, especially in those like do it with your hands, like agriculture or food production, for example, local cheeses, local hams. Sausages and so on. So I guess probably there is someone who's great for cakes, like you saw those half moons and so
You
on.
just said sausages. Sausages are better than
Like-
cakes. Okay.
okay, you can do it. Yeah, but they're also. I spoke with some of them. They don't need promotion, or they say they don't need promotion because they have so many inquiries, while not enough things to offer because people like homemade stuff and they want to buy it. So I can probably connect you with someone, but unfortunately they are overbooked and they're not maybe as aware of marketing and sales and so on as maybe someone from bigger city and so on.
Yeah, which is unfortunate, but because when you come there, you see how it is in nature and it's organically produced. So yeah, okay. So no food for me. Okay.
I will make sure you get your food. Maybe after this
No.
year's
We see the
I'm just
actual.
joking, but I think it would be also a great idea to have a section in a web shop for some local food. Like I said, you connected actually a whole world with your odvorci. We have a wrong QR code here.
Yeah,
A website, people, and it is rural places that people most emigrated to the whole of the world, and now they have a connection to the place where they were born. They were there as young, and this is also an interesting thing that they have some connection to it again.
Yes, absolutely. And as you said, we do have an online shop, but I did think of, for example, bringing some bundles, let's say, with honey, with sausages, with some maybe cheeses and so on, and so people can buy it, let's say, odvorci package and so on.
Idea.
Yeah, it's maybe a bit more difficult to do because many of those products don't have like big. The rok trajanja data that they run expiration date exactly.
Honey is edible.
Like sausage can also be, yeah, but I mean like cheeses and so on. So I'm afraid that there will come time someone will order something and I will call some of them and they will say, oh, I don't have it currently in stock, and then I have to go back. It's maybe. That's maybe the logistics issue because I couldn't get that bundle from the same person. I would have to contact 5 or 6 of them and so on. But maybe if I do get braver a bit in the future, I will do it.
There are some problems, but it'll all work out. I'm sure about that.
Yeah.
We have just seen Darko's whole motivation behind this episode.
Okay, Darko. Darko, if it's to trust your mailbox, I shouldn't send it to you. Definitely, it will probably get rotten while you get your mail. You remember, I sent something to Darko. I'm not sure what, probably newspaper or postcard from odvorci or something, and he gets back to me like 2 months later. Hey, I got it. So I shouldn't ship it.
It's more to say about the parcel delivery in Croatia. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe also that. Yeah. I didn't think about that. Sorry, Darko, for blaming it on you.
I think one solution could be a surprise box. So
yeah,
whatever
Mr.
we
Box.
have.
Yeah. Go over to Mr. Box and you get surprised with, I know, corn
or whatever.
Labubu, yeah, exactly. We also did the trend, the one with, we also do various TikToks, which can sometimes be funny, and they're in my opinion, for odvorci, they are very viewed, and we did that impression of this is the one and only 24-karat gold Labubu. Now this, do you know what I mean, Edita? No, you just know about Labubu, yeah?
I just know about Labubu.
Okay,
yeah.
that's the
I'm not
TikTok.
young enough.
That's the TikTok stuff. So yeah, we also do lots of silly things on TikTok. So yeah. They also enjoy participating in that. For example, when I was like 15 years old, there's no way in hell I would go and pose for the camera or be in TikToks and so on. Well, they are completely open to it, which is very fascinating. And when we are doing photo shoots for merch, they are very happy to do whatever pose they want. I would be so ashamed of myself and so in my head. So I really applaud them for being so open to things and to understanding the models. No one cares that is, for example, Darko and Edita. That is now the model who wants to sell the shirt. They're not persons. That sounds terrible, but I hope you're getting the idea where I'm going for. That I'm going for.
I like it when people praise the
We're a
new
great model for
generations
selling
instead
shirts.
of complaining about them, because I think they have a lot of
No,
advantages.
I think they're wonderful. Of course, as I said, we do have some differences, but I learned so much from them. They learn so much from me, and it's a win-win situation.
Amazing. When you add food, Darko's also happy, and
Absolutely, we did
I'm
have
always happy.
we did have team building in August, and there was lots of food. So Darko, for the next team building, we're inviting you.
we need
Thank
to have
you.
an episode from Odvorci. You need to go there,
Yeah.
Darko.
Do the live
So
have that
you'll want to
background.
come? What? Oh, I know. It's
I want
about
to
problem, and at Slavonia, it's about bit of a problem there. Okay. Yeah.
It's a bit further away from me.
non-vegetarian part of a country.
Yeah, and I'm vegetarian, so Darko, I'm expecting your vegan moussaka, which you mentioned with Edita.
Yay!
But without Marmite, please. Without Marmite.
On the side.
No,
I
you wouldn't even know that it's in there. So don't just say I don't want it.
Okay. Although you did force me, under quotation marks, to Google, are Vegemite and Marmite the same thing, and they're not. Which I thought they were prior to yesterday.
We're educating
Apparently
the
they
audiences.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought just Vegemite was Australian and Marmite it was from UK, but no, they're not the same thing. Although similar.
I've never tried Vegemite, so I can't compare flavors.
I never tried either one of them,
Me
but
neither.
I know it from the meme culture and everything, on the taste or taste of that and so on. Yeah, so that's how we got to Vegemite and Marmite. I bet you didn't think we will go there this time.
Yes.
And I didn't even start it. So
No.
No.
You just suddenly
no, just
pushed
Pushed
our
it.
way towards food.
Yeah,
gently
You
pushed it
reacted on the
toward it.
keyword.
yeah. So actually,
I'm
Darko
sorry
is
if someone does scan this QR code, they'll know why I have this idea. It just happened.
Yeah. There's
yeah.
food.
Odvorci is at fault here. Yeah.
It's a very tasty looking website.
Very, very. Especially the top part.
Yeah. Actually, I can add something valuable now. I remembered recipes like the one you see, and for example, for cakes with apples and so on, those traditional recipes are one of the most read articles, which makes sense because people from all around Croatian Balkans are Googling that. So we do come up in Google for those recipes, and they are one of the most read articles there. So it's also great to have recipes. Maybe you can also add to your site recipe for that, and then you add book my photographing services. Just kidding, but yeah.
Whoever brings this specific recipe gets a 5% discount.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, this is going too far. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for being our guest.
No worries. I want to mention that no rakia was consumed prior to this episode.
Oh, there's another topic we could talk about. Yeah, okay.
No.
No,
Okay, thank you so
no,
much
it's
for
enough.
inviting
It's enough.
me.
Thank you all for being here, and thank our viewers for being so nice to us and sending hearts and all the best wishes. And especially thank you, Klara, for being our guest. It was very interesting to hear about your projects and your company and what you're working on.
Thank you so much for having me and for allowing me to share my story. And of course, I hope I didn't cause too much trouble for you with my intermissions.
Absolutely not. It was
What
lovely
trouble?
having you. I think a lot of people are feeling inspired right now and running to their grandmas and thinking about their projects.
In the kitchen.
Let's hope I did inspire someone to do something like that. Yeah.
Well, Vishna is saying, but Trakya will be consumed after this episode, right? So,
I don't know. She is speaking for herself, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, Vishna, I will bring a sip or two to you in Zagreb for a bit of relaxation. Yeah, this weekend. I'm joking. Maybe I will bring, but I'm joking now.
Yeah, there's always
Okay.
truths in jokes, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you all once again, and see you next week.
see you next week. Take care.